All right, I am super excited about this because this program can exponentially increase your results on Pinterest. As a matter of fact, a student of this course contacted us saying that they pretty much only did this. They claimed their account, connected their Shopify store to Pinterest, and applied for this program. And they have had amazing views, amazing results on Pinterest. And we're hoping to get a testimonial from them soon so you guys can see the results, which would be great. But let me explain more about this program. So, the Pinterest Verified Merchant Program is just a gold mine, especially for e-commerce sellers. This will change your performance on Pinterest. So all you have to do is apply for this program, and if you're eligible, there are three easy steps, which is connect your catalog. That you're going to just follow the steps of connecting your catalog. It could be through your Shopify. If you have a Shopify store, your catalog will be instantly connected when you install the app, or you can just follow the easy steps. It's going to tell you once you're applying for this program, it's going to give you, you haven't done this step yet, so you can just click and follow the steps. Next one is to install the Pinterest tag. Then you can click and get all the steps on how to do that, so you can also get some analytics and some results. Lastly, you apply for the program, and then it's going to be under review. So let me show you guys a little bit more about this program here on Pinterest. Once you get merchant verified, you get this little check mark next to your profile name, and that's how you know that the account has been merchant verified. And here are some of the benefits. You get this exclusive badge, which, I mean, it doesn't do anything to you other than give people some social proof that Pinterest has looked into your account and they see that you're legit. So it's similar to, like Twitter and Instagram, YouTube, that they give you this check mark, but this actually looks through your store, the store that is linked, and it sees that it's a legit store, that people are not going to get scammed, that people are actually successfully buying and getting their orders delivered and all that. It measures everything. Next, another benefit is that you're going to appear on the shopping experiences. So a lot of times I'm interested in one pin, and Pinterest is going to go ahead and suggest similar pins to that, especially for people who are looking to shop. So without you doing anything, just having your catalog on Pinterest, has access to that catalog, and it's going to boost those pins and present it, offer to Pinterest users without you doing anything. Also, when you're verified, Pinterest Merchant Verified, you're gonna get access to the Shop tab that we already talked about. Actually, you can already have your Shop tab without being Pinterest verified, but in the future, and they're still regulating this, you won't have access to this little price tag that it's showing on the pins. So in the before, you could have access to this price tag simply by having a rich pin, but now, to have this price tag on the thumbnail of the pin, then you need to be Pinterest Merchant Verified. And this might not be exactly what you see right now, but this is what I've heard from a representative, because I contacted them because some of my pins were showing the price tag and some were not, some of my rich pins, and that's what they said. They've been going through accounts and only allowing this little tag for Pinterest for accounts that have been verified. So just so you know, it's an extra perk, and you also get some extra analytics as well. It's free to join, and like I said, only these three steps. And let me show you what it looks like. So for example, this account, you can see that it's being verified, and they have access to all of their catalog. You still don't see the price tag because, as I said, they're still regulating that, but this is what it would look like. I got another account that is actually not merchant verified yet, which is the account that I use as an example when they told me that you needed to be merchant verified, and they said they're regulating everything, but this is what you would see, is this little price tag. But even if you're not merchant verified, once you open, if you have a rich pin, you are still going to be able to see the price and the metadata that the rich pin pulled from that. But I just want to tell you guys before I finish this video is that it is three easy steps for you to apply, but you will only get approved if you meet a certain criteria. You need to have, if I'm not mistaken, as of right now, you need to have at least 10,000 page visits on your website, and that's why you need to install the Pinterest tag. It's because the tag is going to analyze your website performance. So don't get dismotivated by this. Just keep this program in mind. It has a lot of benefits, even if you don't have all of these page views yet. If you do have page views, then wonderful. You should be able to get approved. You do have to follow these merchant guidelines. I believe there are certain things that are not allowed, and because it's new, maybe you might be able to get approved without fitting into some of these guidelines. For example, prohibited products. You're not allowed to have some of these prohibited products, or you're not allowed to be a drop shipper or other things like that. But just so you keep this in mind, here's all of the policy and the guidelines. This is an amazing program, and they might be making it available and easier to be approved very soon. Let's hope. But I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A below. Let's go ahead and get to the next video. So, in order to develop this winning strategy, we need to dive deep into the 3 keys of Pinterest success. The first key is keyword research and SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. As a search engine, we should be optimizing all aspects of our Pinterest account. And by doing this Pinterest research, we're going to get the exact keywords that we should be using on the back end of our account. So, for example, our profile description, also on our pins that we create, the title, what should we be writing on the titles, what should we be writing on our pin descriptions, and even the text that we will be using to overlay on our product, on our pin images. And maybe even more exciting, keyword research is going to help us decide what types of content we should be creating. Through keyword research, we're going to be able to see how many monthly searches that a certain keyword has. For example, we're interested in travel. Let's say I'm interested in budget travel, and I just decide to create a blog post about that. But what if budget travel is not a keyword that is highly searched? I'm going to take all of this time creating the content, creating the pin, and putting it out there, and it's kind of going to be a waste of time because there's not a lot of demand for that keyword. So by doing keyword research correctly and with a certain strategy that I'm going to show you guys, we're going to be able to optimize our account from the content that we're creating to the pin that we're posting. And again, Pinterest as a search engine platform is constantly looking for these search terms everywhere in our account, from our username to the metadata behind the product image, and everywhere. And we're going to show you guys exactly how to optimize everything. So the next key are eye-catching images. And again, it would be a waste of time to do all of this research and to create an amazing content or to have an awesome product and then not putting an effort into your images. If literally you're not catching the eyes of the users, it is a waste of time. They're not going to be clicking on the pin, they're not going to be directed to your website, and you're going to have missed this opportunity. And again, as a visual search engine, images are a huge part of Pinterest success. And we're going to dive deep into the strategies and tips and tricks of creating these eye-catching images, and also what not to do when creating your eye-catching images for Pinterest. Trust me, that is just as important as what to do when creating your images. And then finally, the third key is consistent pinning. As we just talked about it before, it is also a waste of time to put all of this effort into creating content and amazing images when you're not actually putting the pins out there, consistently pinning for your extra visibility to more results. Because consistent pinning will not just influence the amount of pins you have and how much you get to be shown to your target audience for certain keywords, but also, again, when we are consistent pinners, we are telling Pinterest that we're serious about this, that we're serious content creators, that we have a platform, we have a website that is verified, and that we're constantly adding value to our target audience. And that's what Pinterest wants to see. And that's why Pinterest gives extra distribution, extra visibility to people who are consistently pinning. So, with that being said, I am super excited to dive into this 3 keys of Pinterest strategy. I hope you guys are excited as well. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A below, and I'll be sure to get to you guys to your questions as soon as I can. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the next video. Alright, so I'm super excited to be starting this section that talks about keyword research and SEO. So let's get started. First of all, let's remember, Pinterest is a visual search engine. I know I haven't talked about this enough already, but seriously, not only Pinterest is a search engine, it is the 3rd largest in the US. And what does that mean? Why is that important? That means that you can know exactly what types of content users are searching for, and you can make sure your pin is seen as long as it is optimized. So the search engine aspect of Pinterest is amazing for us because that means there is a formula to it. You can do the keyword research that we're going to dive into it next, and optimize your account, optimize your pins, and you know you're going to be seen. But then, since we're talking about search engine, let's do a quick comparison between Google and Pinterest, because Google is the largest search engine platform in the world. So it's good to understand the differences. So first, like we talked about it before, Google requires domain authority for ranking. So Google is constantly looking for, let's say, all the proof that you are a legitimate website all the time, through backlinks, through how old your website is, or how much content or how much traffic is directed to that website and from that website. But with Pinterest, as we mentioned before, Pinterest does not require domain authority for ranking. You could have a brand new website or even if it's not a brand new website, if you don't have a lot of visits, if you've had this website for a year and you haven't had a lot of visitors, still you can still rank well as long as you optimize your pins and your boards and your account. And we're going to talk about all that later, how to do that. But that is an amazing opportunity for the little guy to be able to rank despite the domain authority that you have from your website. Next, with Google, most users stay on page one of the results of their searches. I cannot remember the last time that I actually clicked to go to page two on my Google search results. But with Pinterest, 75% of users scroll down to 60 results on average. And I believe that is because it is a visual search engine. So images can convey information a lot faster than text can. So usually users can scroll down and have an idea of what they're seeing a lot faster than if they are going to read just the headlines of Google's search results, which is amazing. That means you actually don't even need to be ranking number one, number two, or number 10 to be able to be seen by your target audience. You could still be a little guy, but with a well optimized and eye-catching images, you're still going to be seen by your target audience. Sometimes even with really broad keywords, like the example I gave you for, like just travel. That is a very competitive keywords, as we say, because it's so broad. There are so many results, but it's still possible for you to rank even with a broad keyword, because users scroll down even to, on average, result number 60. And then next, and that relates a little bit to our point number one, which is Google Sandbox. And I don't know if you've heard about this before, but this is the Google Sandbox is the belief that Google actually places new websites under restriction for a certain period of time, so they are not ranking on searches. And that is again because Google is looking for that domain authority. Google does not want to show just any results from any website, no matter how compatible your content is to the search term, because it wants to make sure it is a valid website. But with Pinterest, there are no restrictions for new website. If you just created your website a minute ago, you'll be able to rank well and show up in Pinterest results, as we talked about before. And that relates again with point number one, but I just wanted to make that clear about Google Sandbox because a lot of people have talked about it, and Pinterest does not have anything like it. And then lastly, and one of my favorite things is that a lot of people use Google or Google, Bing, Yahoo for searches. And what I mean by this is they usually know exactly what they are looking for. So you would rarely see someone go to Google to just type in travel, and they just want to explore the results, unless maybe they're looking for images, perhaps. But a lot of times people know exactly what they want when they're going to Google. But with Pinterest, Pinterest is a platform that allows for discovery. So a lot of a lot of times users will put a keyword, even if it's a specific keyword, like travel Greece on a budget. And there's still so much room for other pins to show up, and the user itself, they have this mentality of like, I'm going to be seeing things that are not necessarily exactly what I type, and that's a good thing because I want to find out about new things that I don't really know about. And that's great for businesses, e-commerce business, bloggers, and especially brands that are not big brands, because that means that a lot of times a user, they don't know that you exist. They don't know that your product exists or your content is out there, but you can still show, and the user will still be interested because of this discovery aspect of Pinterest, of inputting a keyword into the search engine and being able to see all types of results related to that theme. And then lastly, the icing on the cake is that Pinterest traffic to your website will actually help you rank in Google. So again, we cannot ignore that Google is the largest search engine platform in the world. And obviously, we want to rank well in Google. So what a lot of people might not know is that when your pins are being clicked, what we call the click-through rate. When you have a high click-through rate, meaning people are clicking on your pins, people are going to your website from Pinterest, that helps you rank well on Google because again, Google is looking for validity on websites, and because Pinterest is a known website, Google will see that you have this pretty much you've been approved by Pinterest. You are generating traffic through a legitimate website that is Pinterest, and that's going to help you with Google SEO as well. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys quickly the many opportunities that Pinterest offers by being a search engine platform. Even comparing to Google, it has a lot of advantages. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the actual keyword research methods next. Pinterest keyword research method number one. That's actually going to be the Pinterest search box itself. That's where we're going to find the most accurate results of what users are actually typing into Pinterest. So we know what they're going to be seeing and what types of searches are actually the most searched on Pinterest. So I'm going to show you guys step by step how to do this. I'm here on Pinterest on the home feed. And what you would do, you will come here to the search box and type in anything specific to your niche. So for us, we're going to type travel, for example. You can start very broad, and right away, you're going to be able to see that Pinterest is going to automatically give you some suggestions for long tail keyword. So if I go ahead and type travel, I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. And you see that Pinterest is suggesting all of these words for me. So travel aesthetic, travel photography, travel quotes, places to, adventure. So that means those words combined with the word travel are the most searched keywords. So what we can do to organize and be sure that we don't miss any keywords is that we can actually open an Excel sheet, or if you don't have Excel, or if you prefer to have everything online, you can open a Google Sheets. You just need to have a Gmail account, and you can go ahead and type in here. For example, you type in travel, which is what you typed on Pinterest, and you go ahead and select all of these. You click and then you press shift on your keyboard, and that's going to select all of these keywords all the way to the end because there's lots of results. Then you click Command C if you're on Mac, or Control C to copy. Then you come to your Excel sheet, and then here highlight the column that you want to paste, and then Command V to paste. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch and copy this word travel all the way down, because we know that that was the keyword, that was the word that we typed in first to get these other results. So you already know that, for example, if you created an article talking about travel aesthetic, or if you create actually a content that talks about this and you use those keywords in your title, you know it's a highly searched keywords. But again, we are also looking for high searched long tail keywords, so we know we can rank well even starting off because it's less competitive. So we can keep going down these keywords. So for example, travel, let me go ahead and click on adventure. So see that it already populated adventure before travel. That is actually a very useful piece of information. That means that I'm going to go ahead to my Excel sheet, and I'm going to duplicate this and and I'm going to delete everything, and I'm going to have one starting with the word adventure. So adventure, and then travel was the next word that Pinterest populated for us. Okay, and then again, we have all of these keywords showing related to adventure travel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing, and I'm going to click and hit shift, and that's going to select all of the words. Then I'm going to copy and go back to my Excel sheet or Google Sheets, and then select the next column and then paste. And again, I'm gonna click these two and drag down so it copies all the way down, so we know the long tail keyword that we're looking for. And we can keep going down this path of clicking on these words because we know Pinterest is telling us that these words are highly searched, especially combined with the ones that we actually typed. So for example, adventure travel, if I go to destinations, adventure travel destinations, we have even more keywords. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and copy. But again, we already narrowed down is adventure travel destinations, and all of these other words are related to that main keyword, those keywords. So I'm going to go back to my Excel sheet. I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to clear this, destinations, and then the next results I'm going to here. So you see it is a lot less. Let me go ahead and copy this, and then you can go ahead and clear everything else. Clear and reset. So now you have these long tail keywords that you know are being searched, and you know you'll be able to rank for. And also when you go back to Pinterest, it's also a great thing to look at the result. This is going to be your competition, so you can get ideas from this, like what kinds of results are showing when you click these things. And then you see, remember we talked about Pinterest being a place of discovery. There are so many different types of content just about adventure travel destination. This one talks about hikes. This one is about breathtaking views, so unique views, or this one's about cheapest travel destinations. So again, you can rank well, and even if someone's not searching specifically for the type of content for the product you are creating, you can still show up when you optimize your content and your pin to show up for these keywords. So this is the first way that you're going to use Pinterest search box. The other way is unfortunately a little bit more time consuming, but just as effective, because again, Pinterest will tell us exactly what people are searching for through its suggestions. So if I go back to the search bar and I type in travel, and I don't do anything, I can already see the suggestions. I just put space, so now they know I want another word after that. So here, it's already suggestion. I can go ahead and go to my Google Sheets and copy all of these suggestions and then go down the rabbit hole and then just keep going. So for example, travel destinations. I'm going to click on travel destinations and I go again to travel destinations and click space, and it's going to show me a lot of other highly searched keywords. So travel destinations USA, for example. So travel destinations USA, and then I can come here and create a sheet that is, let me go ahead and duplicate so I can. So it was travel destinations USA, for example. And you can go back and look at all of the other results as well. But travel destinations USA, and then you do the same thing. Road trips, weekend getaways, highly searched keywords, which is precious information because Pinterest right now, they don't know that you're searching to create content. They might see that you're interested in this topic, and they're suggesting you what other users have found useful. So this is a great way. This is method number one. This is a great way to find keywords that you know are successful on Pinterest, so you can create your content around it. You can use these keywords to optimize your account because see, when you're looking for the keywords here, Pinterest also suggests users. So how come they suggest users? Sometimes they don't even have necessarily travel Europe on their name. They would have travel Europe on their description or another backend keywords in a lot of their pins. Pinterest will be looking for all of these search terms to be able to show relevant content and relevant users in relevant boards. See, it's also showing boards, suggested boards for people to follow and find useful content. So that's method number one. Hope you guys liked it. Let's go ahead and move to method number two.